Shalom, shalom. Kol halalim Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Okay. Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Brakti Yahweh, Brakti Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the prophets of that body, and shalom to the 144,000 and one third. May peace and blessings be upon your households. Just subscribe to this Jake's channel called Wax Unfiltered. He brings some news out, of what's going on from a UK perspective, which is excellent. And by the way, copyright fair use, not making any money out of this. And yeah, I'm just gonna let the real. I'm gonna hit the play button and let the poetry unfold. If that's a term I can use, or let it unfold, right? So what you're seeing, right, in this world, from what I can gauge at this moment in time, right, our people have been suffering, okay, and they have got a hunger to survive. And what the so-called white man is going through now, in terms of all the negative feeling and because they don't have perseverance, the so-called white man, they basically acquired everything they have through theft and murder and deleting of people and enslavement of people and destroying countries, destroying their lands, turning first world countries into third world countries, countries within Africa, turning them from first world to third world, India, turning that from a first world to a third world, you know, uh, other parts of the world, America, to a certain degree had first world wealth, but the so-called white man stole that, you know, Australia, numerous other parts of the world that they've conquered and obtained their wealth because they don't really work. And their offspring, these so-called white people of today, have the same nature. They're always bitching and moaning about, oh, this is not enough. This isn't a livable wage. This isn't right. I'm not cleaning toilets. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. When our people have been doing those jobs, all right, and they've been living on those wages, but our people learn to make do. You know, life gave them lemons, and they made lemonade. And incidentally, lemonade is invented by Israelites anyway, not by no damn white man. Okay, so that's a figure of speech we can definitely utilize, right? So, all in all right, these curses are coming upon the so-called white man. Our people are suffering too, collectively, absolutely, right? But then again, our people have always been going through that, right? So we learn to make do. We learn to um, be content with what we have. Okay, and if you get more, that's a blessing. And the so-called white man is not content in having less. Okay, they get pissed off if they have to sell one of their holiday homes off, or they have to downsize a house from an 8-bedroom house with 4.5 baths or 5 baths, right? They have to downsize to a 3-bedroom with 3 baths. That's an issue for them. Because their children have to share bedrooms now. Which is crazy. So, but overall, I see a lot of Jake doing well. You know, a lot of the Israelite foreigners that live around me, whichever part of the world they're from, I can, through the spirit, you can tell who's Jake, who's not, for the most part. You see a bunch of Nigerian Jakes, they're all working. You see a bunch of Ghanaian Jakes, they're all working. They may not be doing the most ideal job, but they're working. I see a bunch of Portuguese, Bolivian, Mexican, uh, where else? Colombia, Venezuela, that live in the UK, in the in the small so-called Latino neighborhoods. They're basically obviously Israelites. And what are these women doing in the places that I've worked in the past? They're cleaning the bathrooms, the toilets, and they do it with a smile on their face. And they always look well groomed. You see a so-called white woman in the same position cleaning bathrooms. should be looking like the damn bathroom, effed up. You know, how people learn to make do. All right, so I'm gonna let it play before I keep waffling on. Salakia for that. Let's go. £4. £4 now.
To be quite fair, there's not even a meal there. I wouldn't even call that a real meal. Ladies and gentlemen, another big problem here in the UK is the cost of living crisis. I'm not too sure about you, but the cost of my shopping list has doubled over the past couple of months. But not only has the cost of my shopping gone up, but the electric, the gas, and multiple other bills as well. But across the UK, families are tightening their belts like never before because the energy bills, like I just mentioned, the food prices, as I just mentioned.
So what they've done right now is, before you could pay your electricity and most bills, right, every quarterly. So you don't have to f around with them every month. Now the bills, the government want the bills to be paid every month. So it's constantly on your head. It's constantly on your mind. It's just constantly there. You know, and then on top of that, they've increased the bills. Obviously, the rates have gone up. Inflation, things of that nature. And the so-called white man just makes up numbers, okay? And so what they're doing is they've increased the bills, but they make you pay monthly, so therefore it doesn't feel as much. It doesn't feel like you're paying a lot when you are actually paying a lot. Simple things. For example, we put our trash out every week, right? We also have like a service where the trash collectors take away, like for example, you cut your grass every week. They take away grass trimmings. You're trimming your branches down. If you've got a fig tree like I have in my back garden, you're trimming the branches as it grows, right? And it produces figs, right? Or if you got like a pear tree or whatever, you know, um, you trim the branches down as you do, everything needs grooming, and you trim it down. They would take that away for free every week. Now they're charging money for that as well. Okay, now for a lot of people, like old age pensioners that have a specific, they don't have that extra, disposable income, you know, uh, even a few £100s a year is a lot of money. All right, along with the cost of living. Now, with people from the East, right, especially grew up in an Eastern environment like myself, and other Jakes like Ghanaian Jakes and Nigerian Jakes and Latino Jakes have that certain element as well, where we have extended families to the point where even though you may not get along with each other, but you're there to help to a certain degree. Where I'll give you an example, like Ghanaian or Nigerian Jakes, Judites from there, or whichever Southern Kingdom tribe they're from, Judah, Benjamin, or Levi, them Jakes will live in a yard, right? That house will be immaculate. Don't get it twisted. Food will always be cooked in there. The women will be in there cooking, right? Um, the men would be sitting in the lounge or whatever, right? It could be like 5 sons, you know, two brothers, their wives, their children, all in a house. It could be like 15 people in a 3-bedroom house, but there'll be order and structure. A couple of brothers are doing night shift. They'll be sleeping in their bed during the day. The ones that work, the ones that work during the day, right? Okay, use the beds at night. The ones that work at night will be using the beds during the day. Or they'll make do, like put like blankets on the floor or whatever. They'll make do by keeping a roof over their head. They won't complain, and they'll all be working. So they'll all be chipping in with the income for the bills and things of that nature. There's that sort of structure where people live as well. That's why Jake can make do. Even heathens do that sort of thing as well, but they live disgusting though. You know what I mean? But for the most part, Jake makes do, and I know for a fact they do that. They make comments on that stereotypical comment: how many Puerto Ricans in a car, or how many Puerto Ricans in a household, or whatever. Because they're making do until they have enough money to get their own place. I see a lot of West Indians do that here too. A lot of Benjamin, a lot of Israelite foreigners do the same thing until they get enough money to get their own place. Whereas the so-called white man, they throw away their elders. They throw them away in old people's homes, and they never come to visit them, unless their mother or father has a house that they can pass down, But even there, you have to pay the taxes on that house. If you got to pay the taxes on your inheritance. You know, but these curses are coming on these devils, man. I mean, they're showing mainly them. They're not going to show Jake because Jake been going through the hell. But I see a lot of Jake for the most part doing all right. And the homeless. I live in a very brown area, right? You got honkies here too, right? But I live in a very brown area of various nationalities. Yeah, and the people that I see homeless are Edomites.
The cost of a simple
And the Edomites are the so-called white man.
living is climbing faster than our wage. Food prices, as I just mentioned, the cost of simple living is climbing faster than our wages. Now, what began as a ripple after the pandemic and the Brexit situation has now turned into a storm, worsened by global conflicts, stagnant wages, and a housing market that feels increasingly out of reach. Behind the stats and the headlines are real stories of struggle, resilience, and a growing demand for change. This is the cost of living crisis here in the UK, and it's
Bet Victor. New customers can get £30 in
commercial Salaka.
Let's check this out.
What in the cost of living crisis bullshit it is. This is the best one yet. You are not going to believe what I'm about to show you. It's no fucking wonder shops are going out of business. So, body shop, shower gel. It's my daughter's birthday tomorrow. I says, let's go and get some bits and bobs. Can I get the shower gel, Dad? Yeah, no problem. Go to the till. Pay for it. Spilt some all down, mate. How much do you reckon this fucker was?
I guess. 6 quid, 7 quid. Don't tell me it's about 12 quid, 12.99.
Body shop, yeah. No, Lush. Leave a comment now. I'm going to tell you, it's going to blow your mind. And you're going to say, well, you shouldn't have fucking bought it. Who cares? This cost me £26.
Wow, I wasn't even close.
Yeah. That's a lot for a shower gel. I mean, you can get shower gel for like just under £2, and a reputable brand as well. But I guess that's probably going to go up through the roof as well. But they've got poison. We know what Aesop does to what kind of chemicals they put in everything. Everything's tainted in this world, man.
Oh, I said £5.99, then I said nah, £12.99. Man said £26.
And a lip balm came to £35. I said to the woman at the till, hang on a second, you just charged me £35.
So shower gel and lip balm this man bought for his daughter, £35. What's that, like about $46, $47, more than likely, right?
2 things. She went, yeah, the body wash is £26. I was like, what?
£6 for body wash.
What?
It's going to be finished by next week.
And my daughter was like, what do you think to this? Squirted up my nose. So I've got at least £7 worth up my nose. And then this. Fucking 560 grams, 26 quid. You fucking kidding me? Lush, not good.
So, after travelling a month in Thailand and literally having the best time because everything's so cheap, everyone is so happy, they love their life, and they are literally the most friendliest people ever, you come back home. And now I've had to do my shopping. And oh my God.
Yeah, that's why a lot of you Edomites, so-called white people, are moving to different parts of the world. Remember one thing, so-called white man, you've left a trail of hell, like a hurricane goes through a beautiful neighborhood and destroys everything. You're like a hurricane, so-called white man. You've gone to every part of the world and destroyed it. Now you think that the countries that you actually destroyed in the past are going to welcome you with open arms. They might let you come in those countries like Mexico, Australia, even parts of America. You South Africans have gone to, and you so-called white people or other nations moving to South Africa, or whichever nation that even you so-called white people moving to India, even right now, right? For jobs or whatever reason that you're moving there for, usually for something foul. That's your nature, right? Whichever part of the world, Singapore, Thailand, China, Japan, it's cheaper to live over there. Let's go there. Or people are more happy over there. Let's go there. Well, you may go there. You might be happy for a short while, but those people, those indigenous people from that land, okay, they remember the history of your people, and they're gonna come for you, okay? The Lord has created spirits for vengeance. So, I hope you Edomites move to different parts of the world because you're going to get got. You're going to get got, and rightfully so.
tell you something. I've just spent £100 on Future Film, which therefore has only got me 3 bags. It is literally terrible.
Three bags of shopping and you've just spent 100 quid or just over 100 quid. Literally, I've done the same thing the other day. In fact, I didn't even get 3 bags. I got 1.5 bags and it cost.
So she went to Tesco, which is like a local store, which I go to also. She's got 3 bags of shopping, and it cost her over £100. What's that, like 100 and what that mean? Dollars, pounds to US dollars. UK pound sterling to dollars, US dollars. Okay, let's put in £100. Okay, so that's $135.55. All right, now that man paid, what's it, £35 for the shower gel and lip balm for his daughter. Yeah, I estimated it was correct, $47. So it's $47.44. Okay, for a shower gel and a lip balm. All right, and Body Shop is basically a place everybody used to go to back in the 90s. It would have men's and women's, shower gels and body washes and uh, sponges and washcloths and stuff like that for showering.
Cost me about 88 quid.
We live in. It is so dear. Everyone is so depressed. And I don't understand how people can actually live like this because the prices are unreal. It is disgusting. Like, it is time we actually wake up and try and break this, because at the end of the day, we are living in a crisis. People cannot afford to eat. And I'm telling you,
people can't afford to eat. People are fed up, man. Haggai 1:6. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye eat. Salakia. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put it into a bag with holes. Okay? So people are going through that, People have taken out student loans in America, and over here they have to pay it back. But I believe here in the UK there isn't no interest that goes on student loans. At least when I paid mine back, there was no interest because it was actually student loans. It was interest free, so you just got to pay the amount back. That might change here in the UK, but America being ground zero, being Babylon itself, America is, America means bitter, all right. Bitter is being bitter for the Israelites. Now it's bitter for everybody, you know. But now even that sweetness, that sweet wine that Esau's been drinking, is they're at the last drop of sweet wine, and a lot of them are complaining. A lot of people are complaining that they can't afford. They need to decide whether they need to put gas in their vehicle, or in their car or truck or van, or buy food, and yeah, people are being put through the ringer. Okay, and the wages are frozen as well. A lot of these companies are owned by the elites. They've got their puppets, and they're all told at the same time. They probably have their conferences, however they communicate. That they have to freeze their wages because their wages are frozen for the most part. For example, they've gone back to like year 2000 wages. They've gone to year 2000 wages. For example, like if you're a graduate from university, especially if you graduated 98, 99, the starting basic salary for somebody who graduated, let's just say you got a degree in finance, starting job will probably be like £30,000, right? Which back then, if you're living at home with your parents for the first couple of years while you're working to get your money together to move out, that's okay. It wasn't too bad. If you're like, 21 years old, you get that basic salary. From a UK perspective, it wasn't too bad, right? Or 35K. And now that wage still stands. When really someone coming out of university today should be on double the amount, or at least close to 50K as a base, if you've got a decent mark on your degree, like a first or a second or a third, right? I mean, sorry, like a first. Like if you got like a first, if you're a first, if you've got real sort of a high, you passed on a very high level, because they've got levels to the degrees as well, whether it's first or second or third. So the wages are frozen and inflation is going through the roof. So people are pissed off. People are actually, you got landlords, you got owners of businesses that are barring people from the government, like Keir Starmer, for example, who's the current prime minister of the UK. You got Edomites, so-called white people that have to be pinned down by the security of Keir Starmer because the landlord or the owner of the pub is saying, "Get the f out of my establishment. I don't want you drinking in my pub." They don't want Keir Starmer there. People hate these motherfuckers, man. You know. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The people are mourning right now. Okay? The people are mourning. And the only time so-called white people or the heathen nations get happiness is if the so-called white man is mourning, they know that, okay, as long as so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people, Israelites, wherever they're scattered, are mourning more, all right, they're going through more hell than the so-called white man. Then the so-called white man is appeased. Then they can deal with the hell that they're going through. They can say, yeah, as long as those niggers are in line, that's what they're going to be thinking. And then from a UK perspective, they're going to say, yeah, as long as those wogs and those gollywogs and those nignogs, as long as they're in line, as long as they're suffering more than us, we don't care. That's how these crackers are, man. But as soon as the foot is on their neck, just as much as the Israelite man, right? That's when they're thinking that, oh shit, our power is gone. We're just like the N-words now. So Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
The prices have gone up. I don't know if it's me because I've become selfish because I've had such luxury and it's been so cheap in Thailand, or if it's just absolutely trying to rip me off in Tesco's.
No, they're trying to rip you off in Tesco's. I'm telling you, I shop in Tesco's. That's my local. They are a rip-off. This new club card system that they brought in a couple of years back is also a rip-off because not everything is on a club card. I know a number of you guys are probably Tesco guys and you probably had some wild experiences as well. So leave those in the comments down below. I look forward to reading them.
Literally, from Co-op, a bag of food for maybe one night's tea, it's just cost me £29.
When the British say one night's tea cost her so many pounds, tea is basically saying, like, it's like if you watch an old British program from the 70s, 80s, or early 90s, they're going to say, a mother would ask her son, what time are you coming home for tea? He might say, Mum, I'm going to be home by 5 o'clock or 4:30. So basically, tea means she's going to serve dinner at that time, 4:30, 5 o'clock. All right? And along with that, they might have a cup of tea, That's what time they'll have dinner, whatever. If it's tea, it'd be like tea with a plate of food. If it's dinner, they'll be like after about 6:30. They won't call that tea. All right. So tea is basically you're having a cup of tea and you're having your dinner around about between 4 and 5:30 ish.
For maybe one night's tea. Literally, from Co-op, a bag of food for maybe one night's tea, it's just cost me £29. Actually.
All right. So she's basically saying that for her evening meal, that night's cost her £29. Okay. What's that, about $35 just for one night? And she's obviously, let's see if she says she's on her own or she's with a man or child or whatever. Let's see.
Okay, hold on, I'll show you. £29.60. Let me show you what I did have. Microwave meal, spaghetti bolognese, some jacket potatoes, which cost £4.
Wow, you might as well just get your own potatoes and make jackets out of them.
Admittedly, my own fault because I'm not in the mood and I can't be bothered to peel my own potatoes.
Maybe need to peel them, just wash them and the skin on. It's absolutely fine. Just cut them, bang them in the microwave, bit of butter.
Coleslaw, some breaded cod, some sweeties for the kids, the sweetie for the other child, face wipes, not even branded, Vaseline, 2 tins of tuna, 2 pots of dog food, and a bag of French fries, which were £3.55. Like, hello, what the hell? So all of that there has just cost me £29.60.
Let's say 30 quid.
Yeah, so about £30, right? I mean, obviously, with America, prices are a little bit more dearer. When I say dearer, I mean they're a little bit more expensive. But that's ground zero Babylon, where other parts of the world, they're increasing it, but they're not increasing it extensively. you won't find a tray of chicken that's 1.6 kilograms, right? Or which will be like, I don't know, what's 1 kilo is like 2.2 pounds. That'd be like 4.4, 1.6, probably like close to just over 5 pounds of chicken. You won't find for like 25, 30 pounds yet. All right. You might find chicken breasts, 1.6 kilo. You might find that for like, right now it's about 10, right now it's about 980, right? Which is still expensive from what it used to be a couple of years ago. It used to be half the price. All right. But in parts of America, I believe, from what the elders and prophets have shown in videos, it's like $25 or $30, you know? So the prices are going up everywhere worldwide, man. I mean, like, for example, I'll also give you, because sometimes you forget carry bags at home, right? Or you're better off buying them those strong shopping bags, which might be a couple of dollars in America, and over here there's like they're about £1.50, £2. A strong shopping bag which you can utilize again and again and again and again. You're better off getting them, because carry bags here back in the day used to be free. Then they went to 5p, right? Then they went to 10p. Then they went to 15. Then they went to 20. Then they went to 30p. Now they're actually 35p, one carrier bag. All right. So everything's increasing. From 5p when he actually started charging for bags, now it's gone to 35p in a matter of just a couple of years. All right. So everything's going up through the roof.
Let's say 30 quid. Let's just quickly look at that. 30 quid. And what are we seeing there? The most expensive thing there is the jacket potatoes and the chips, the carbs. Absolutely makes no sense. To be quite fair, there's not even a meal there. I wouldn't even call that a real meal. This is a meal on a budget, but she's still having to spend £30. Even the dog food, look at the type of dog food she's having to buy. Do you really think she wants to buy that dog food? No. Not everyone can afford to be buying the brands or the foods that they want to be eating.
Like, what is going on with the world right now? Like, that a lot of people.
What's going on in the world is the demise of your end. All right, that's what's going on in the world. Let's get a scripture for that. Put down one and bring up another. Put down one and bring up another. King James Version. I'm just trying to get Psalms 75, verses 6 and 7. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is a judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. All right? We're seeing this kingdom falling down, and we're seeing the kingdom of heaven being set up. And we can see that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as we see the men of the Lord teaching, the men of Great Millstone, and the other Israelite camps that are raising up, and there's elect members in every camp. Right? And who's the monument of the Most High? It's Israel, and those are the men, the 144,000. They're the monument of the Lord, and the kingdom is within them. All right, that's the third temple. All right, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is a judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. A time to pluck up that which was planted. A time to pluck up that which was planted. King James Version. To everything, Ecclesiastes 3 and 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. Okay? So the Lord is plucking up that which was planted. This kingdom was planted. All right, we're at the end of the so-called white man's kingdom. So henceforth, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is, as they say, like a house of cards. The Lord is pulling away each card strategically, letting this kingdom fall like one by one. Like you build a sandcastle, you spend so much time building it, you might add a little bit of shrub, if you don't get some shrubs or whatever, a little bit of a little bit of grass that's cut up to create a lawn, and I don't know, to get some blue pebbles to create a swimming pool sort of example, or children get creative, right? Even adults get creative. And then what do? You look at that massive mansion or building or structure that you made on the sand. What do you do for fun? Or like you even make it out of snow when you're a child. What do you do for fun? You want to see it fall. So the Lord is, making this place fall. So you might knock out the side wall, then you might chop off a little bit of this end and then that end, and then before you know it, the last final blow will be boom, the complete destruction. And that final blow is going to be the nuclear weapons when it hits America and other strategic parts of the world. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Mashah will send his nukes too, because the nukes are of Yahweh Bashim Mashah. He just put the spirit on these people to create his weaponry. Because the so-called white man, what's his blessing? His weaponry, right? Because he ruled by the sword. 1 second, let me turn the sign off.
Absolute joke.
100%.
Going on with the world right now, like, that is a joke.
What's going on the world? The Lord is plucking it up. Ezekiel 4:16. This is what's coming to all you heathens and you 2/3 too. Okay, the Lord said His servants will eat. Okay, Ezekiel 4:16. But you 2/3 and you heathens won't. All right. Ezekiel 4:16. Moreover, He said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. That's what's going to happen. All right. So you can't buy the things that you want. You can't buy the things that you usually buy, the so-called brand names. You can't buy the amount that you usually get. Now you're saying that, okay, I spent this amount of money for this one day, and and she's asking what's going on with the world. Well, we're seeing as the previous scripture was stated, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, the Lord is plucking up that which was planted, and the Lord is breaking the staff of bread, where you are going to be getting to the point where you will be eating one meal a day, and then you get to the point where you're having one meal every other day, because you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to give this food to the children, especially if you've got youngsters, whether they're babies, toddlers, infants, whatever, or younger children or teenagers. You're going to say, okay, they need the food more, which indeed they do, because they're children, right? Okay, so you as an adult, you might say, okay, I'll eat every other day. Then you'll fill yourself with water. Then after that, Esau will turn the water taps off. All right, or or the water will be gone from the shelves. Then you're going to be drinking water by measure. All right, and then the food will get even more scarce, like a frog being slowly boiled in water. Doesn't know it's being boiled. That's the way the so-called white man is doing this world right now. You don't know you're being boiled, but you're getting some kind of indication. You're making these videos saying, what the hell's going on? Okay, you just think that it's a situation. A lot of you Edomites, you crackers, and you heathens think, oh, it's an immigration thing, or it's too many people. In this, there's too many people and less jobs. No, the Lord is destroying this place piece by piece, pulling out each card away. So it's a house of cards, so it falls. All right. Okay, you want to blame someone, so-called white man? Blame yourself. Blame your ancestors. All right. Blame the people that are in power. Those are your people. All right, they're doing this, and they're doing it by design. Why? Because they want to enslave you further, and they want to put that CHIP in you, which is Revelation 13:16. All right, let's just play the rest of the video.
Absolute joke.
100%.
Everything's going up. It's so annoying. Like, what is this world coming to? Like, I know. I probably should have gone to Lidl or Aldi, but worked till 5:30. Then I had to go for.
You're lucky you didn't go to Tesco's, I'll tell you that. You'd be walking out with half that, and you probably would have had to spend £3-4 more.
It's a joke. That is an absolute piss take.
I agree.
What does everybody else think? I know obviously people do videos on here saying the cost of living's a joke, but you literally go to work every single day, slave away to get paid, to pay for all your bills, to go get your fucking food from the shop and to be ripped off. Like, I'm ready for a holiday. Happy Monday again.
Right.
Ready for a holiday. Who's going to pay for that? Yeah, go for a holiday. So go to parts of the world where you got the Spanish even bitching them on and say they want you UK, you British tourists out. People don't like you Brits, man. You so-called Brits. You're not the real Brits anyway.
I've had to come on and address the cost of living crisis. Honestly, I am fucking raging. I just went food shopping.
She said she's effing raging. Okay, disregard the accent. You gotta pick up the accent a little bit. Let's see what they're saying.
I've had an hour to do a quick food shop. Honest though, guys, the cost of food is fucking beyond. £4. £4 now for Molokona yogurt. Yes, right, they're Molokona, but £4.
Yeah, it's true though. I love Molokoonas. No way Molokoonas should be £4, and they've only given you 4 yogurt.
Molokona is basically yogurts, okay?
My husband drinks Asda's own make orange juice. It was £1.19 about 2 weeks ago. Just bought a couple of cartons for him now. It's gone up to £1.49. Things are not going up by a couple of pence anymore. They're going up by like 20, 30, 40
pence. Yeah.
Yeah, before they were going up by a few pennies. Now they're going up substantially. Like in America, things would go up by a few cents. Then they go up by like 50 cents. And now they're going up in dollars. Here it's going up in pennies and pounds. So you know why? Because the time is short and the Lord is speeding things up. And the Lord is speeding up time for the elect's sake. Because if the Lord don't speed up the time, man, Esau will kill all of us for real. All right, because he's just hey man, listen, the so-called white man, he's not about life. Okay, things that vibrate in the sunshine have the things that the Lord loves vibrate in the sunshine. The Lord doesn't love the so-called white man. The white man is not created. So-called white man is not created to love and be affectionate. They're just created to destroy and delete and to destroy the earth. Okay? And they're trying to destroy you. All right? And that's why they're destroying this world as well. Okay, so the time is short. And that's why things are going up faster in price. So this place can implode and explode.
A lot of money, like. Another thing, my Asda's in Merthyr just now were reducing down the Nicky Make kitchen rolls and toilet rolls to like 9 toilet rolls for 96 pence. I don't know how much the kitchen rolls were because there weren't any left. And usually that make toilet roll is at least £4 odd for 9 rolls. So this was a bargain, right? Again, people were just fucking slamming loads and loads in their trolley, being really bloody greedy. And then there's people in, would love like just one packet, just to save £2 or £3 on their weekly shop. And they wonder then why people are pinching. We're not talking about pinching jewellery, perfume, makeup, clothes. No, people are pinching food. Why? Because we can't fucking afford to eat.
She's saying that people are pinching, stealing food because they can't afford to eat. Okay? All right? So people are actually stealing food now. People are grabbing kitchen rolls, kitchen tissue rolls, bathroom toilet rolls, as soon as they're on offer. So people are just, slam dunking them in their trolleys, buying an excessive amount where nobody else gets a chance. So it's going to get to the point where these women and people are going to be fighting each other for goods within a store. It's going to get to that point. So it's coming there right now. All right. It's going to lead to 2nd Ezra 15. Let's go there, man. 2nd Ezra 15:15, King James Version. 2nd Ezra 15:15. Let's go 14. 2nd Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, that's what's going to happen. It's going to get to the point where people can't afford to feed themselves or their families. They're going to get to the point where they say, fuck this. Why am I being a law-abiding citizen when I can't even feed my family? And the criminals, these elite criminals, are getting away with everything, literally murder and theft, and they're living lovely. So why can't I have the same mentality? And a lot of them, especially so-called white people, because they have a nature of that, they have their evil nature. Some of them just have it bundled up inside them at the moment. It says yet to come out because they've had everything easy for them because this is their world. Now their world is falling. They're going to go ape shit. All right. And they're going to switch. And you've got the criminals amongst them. You've got the criminals of Jake. You've got criminals of heathens that are going to switch. And then you've got these heathens, especially these so-called white people, these Edomites. They're going to snap. All right. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. What's sedition? Men coming together, talking, saying, oh, he and she, or they're the problem, or They're going to start saying, "Oh yeah, these foreigners are the problem." Yeah, but yet these white motherfuckers want to move to different parts of the world to try and find a safe haven. Yeah, you crackers that think that way, yeah, keep thinking like that and move abroad. Please move abroad. Yeah, so the indigenous population can juke you and your whole family up. All right, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. They don't give a fuck about Keir Starmers and Trumps no more, or the motherfucking Queen, or when the Prince Charles became a king. You see the Prince Charles's coronation, or when he became whatever they did for him. Do you see anybody waving flags in the street? Compare the coronation of the King Prince Charles or whatever, that faggot. Compare his coronation to his bitch mother, man, in 1954. At that time, they had pride for England. Okay, they had pride. All right, they loved England. You know, now they don't give a shit. A lot of the Edomites in this country, so-called white people, want the monarchy. They don't want the monarchy anymore. All right, they don't give a fuck about you kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Verse 17, martial law is coming. You've already seen you've seen a little bit of a sprinkling of that in America. And that will follow through over here as well. All right. The same way McDonald's invaded the McDonald's invasion in America. Did McDonald's and KFC and Wendy's and what else? Come over here as well. All right. England is like the 51st state if you want to look at it to a certain degree, but yeah, obviously different accents and a different geographic layout. Okay. Verse 17: a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law. Verse 18: for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. Because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, this is Jeremiah 30, verse 7, man. It'd be Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob's trouble is going to be everybody's trouble, but Jacob, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives, and those that the so-called white man has knowledge on that they could be possibly be Jake's, they're going to come after you. All right, they're going to come after you. Okay, because there's a natural hatred. Okay, between Esau and Jacob, and there's also from the womb all the way up until now. And it's also the Edomites, the heathens that are joined with them, pursuant to Psalms 83, they're after you, Jakes. There's a natural hatred, and they want somebody to blame. All right. That's why these crackers, if you look at it, and we always saw historic photography and videos of England 100 years ago. Now they're showing all this AI animation, all this AI shit. But England 100 years ago, the peace and tranquility of England walking the Victorian streets, how England was in the 50s and 60s, and they show mainly pale faces. The so-called white man is mourning for those days, man. They say, "Oh, we want it like that again." And the way they see it, what they equate it to is basically, okay, when things are on and popping in the UK, there were less brown faces. So who's the problem? Brown people. When actually this country, this whole nation and every white empire, so-called Edomite empire, was built from what? The blood, sweat, and tears, and theft, and enslavement, and destruction of brown lands. All right, these crackers don't forget. And this, on top of that, this especially the UK, this on the shoulders of brown people, man. Especially Jake. All right, these crackers don't work the way the Israelite man and woman and child, the Israelite man and woman do, especially the Israelite man. Same with America. You take Israelites out there. What's America? America's a shell. Everything is built by the Israelites. The infrastructure, the music, the fashion, the clothes, the hip talk. Every aspect, the inventions. All right, the so-called white man ain't done nothing. Ain't done nothing except evil.
Because this is how much food has gone up by. The price of food is extortionate. Honest, I'm baffled by it.
It started getting so expensive that it started to make more sense to then buy takeaways. Then all of a sudden, I'm looking at Uber Eats and it's telling me $30.99 just for a double cheeseburger. And fries to it is taking up to $17.99. Add a drink to it is taking up to £20. I kind of like they're going to be paying my pay-per-view to watch the Arsenal game that evening.
Yes, in my next video when I upload it, you will see I have bought a few branded things. That is only because they're on sale. I wouldn't usually buy branded foods, and you'll see that from my video. Most of it is Asda's own make.
Imagine that.
Let's go to somebody else. Have you noticed? I want to see how many brown people are saying that they think. Is that a brown guy? Okay. So a light skinned Jake. Could be Simone. don't get many Samoans here in the UK. Let's see what this crap is saying. Could be a Jake. I don't know. Everyone's not a Jake, though. You know, who the hell we can have in slavery then?
Disgusted in this country, the people that run this country. There's people out here literally can't afford to eat, can't afford to flipping heat the house. There's old people literally freezing to death. There's parents can't afford to take their kids places, get them presents. It's disgusting. While they're all sat at home, like all warm and toasty, getting hundreds of thousands of pounds for doing fuck all but torture in the UK. It makes me sick how they can literally make everything rise, make all the prices go sky high. You know, people can't afford to fucking literally do the basic minimum shit because of like the gas prices, the electric prices, the rent's going up. People having to wear like home, like can't afford to eat, can't
of their own branded food.
actually fucking disgusted in this country, the people that run this country. There's people out here.
See? When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. They're disgusted by the people that are running the country.
Literally can't afford to eat, can't afford to flipping heat the house. There's old people literally freezing to death. There's parents can't afford to take their kids places, get them presents. It's disgusting. While they're all sat at home, like all warm and toasty, getting hundreds of thousands of pounds for doing fuck all but torture in the UK. It makes me sick how they can literally
see that the comfort's being taken away, and he's worried about that parents can't buy their children presents. The fuck you worried about presents for, man? It's about survival right now. See what they want, their life back, man. They want their life back, you know. Well, the people that are causing the problems, so-called white man, they look like you. All right, they look like you. All right, Satan casting out Satan, you know. They don't. I mean, these elites don't even give a fuck about people that look like them. They only care. They don't even care about each other's families. These so-called elite families, they don't care about each other. You know, it's like that show Dynasty. You know, back in the day, it's like one sort of wealthy Edomite family against another. You know, they're not in it for each other. They're just in it for themselves. Well, you know how it is. They're just basically, they don't care about their own people as a whole. They don't care about a so-called white man. They care. The elites just care about the elites, their specific bloodline.
Make everything rise, make all the prices go sky high. You know, people can't afford to fucking literally do the basic minimum shit because of like the gas prices, the electric prices, the rent's going up. People having to wear like extra flipping jackets and hats and scarves and gloves and in their own house. You can literally see the breath because they can't afford to put the bastard heating on just for like half an hour. Even the people going to work for extra hours, you know, breaking the fucking back just to get home, just to get enough money, just to get by, struggling, scrimping and scraping. Now you imagine them people that can't work, them people that are too old to work, them people that have to stay at home and look after the kid. Mate, honestly, it boils my piss how they can do this to people. You wonder why we hate the government and the people that run this country and the fucking prime ministers. It's because they do this kind of shit. They put out fake promises. Oh yeah, we'll do this, we'll do that for you. And all they do is make things fucking worse. How dare you do this to people? How dare you do this towards the people that make the UK run and tick? The people that are grafting their ass off so you can keep your fucking pockets lined with all the cash. The people in Parliament, the fucking everyone who runs this country, take your face for a fucking shit, yeah? You're disgusting.
Nothing but big facts. There wasn't one lie told in that one.
Crisis is going on. Because what in the hell is going on? What in the...
There wasn't one lie told in that one.
Guys, incoming rant. What in the hell is going on? What in the cost of living crisis is going on? Because I just went to...
All right. I'm going to leave it there. Deuteronomy 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Okay. The phone had to chime in on that. I don't know whether the microphone picked that up, but it went ping. Right. So now there wasn't a lot of brown people in that video. I didn't see a lot of Jake. Actually, there's one at the end, I believe, right? Let's see what he says. Let's go to that one. Could be Jake.
Officially done. England is finished, mate.
The next coming years.
Yo, England is officially done. England is finished, mate. This country is finished. It's just a horrible, expensive, miserable place nowadays. I was on Instagram before, yeah, and I see that teachers are now putting digital clocks in schools because the kids can't even tell the time no more. Like, what? For one, it's a school, so teacher. And for two, it's like, in 20 years, these are going to be the people of our country, the adults of our country. Like telling you, give it 20 years, this country is
Yeah, but there's no 20 years left, mate. Okay. Even children can't tell the time. And you know what I've noticed as well? When you watch footage of, let's just say the 90s. Okay, I'll go back to my era. Okay, let's just say early 90s, teenage years, late 90s, early 20s. Right? You go to that decade. Now, I remember being an 18-year-old. I remember women looking like women. They look like grown women, very mature, very built, very attractive, especially the women from my era. Now you compare, um, the men and the women today, right? Especially amongst Jake and even Israelite foreigners, you'll notice that the men are smaller, more frail. The women are smaller, more frail. Not as a, not obviously there's exceptions, but as a collectively, and they always when you read the comments on old Ricky Lake shows or these old videos that were taken from high school memories in the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, you will see the Gen Z saying, "Oh, they look so much older. They look so much older and bigger, whatever." Yeah, because remember, the ancient world, we were tall, right? 12, 15 feet tall. It took two men to pull like a bunch of grapes. Because the grapes are like the size of like melons or whatever, I believe. And the branches that or whatever you call them, regarding the grapes, they were like size of like down near a tree. It took two men to pull a cluster of grapes. I believe that's the term, cluster of grapes, right? And that's why you still see these miracles of like people growing vegetables and they grow to these humongous sizes, because that's a throwback to how vegetables used to be big. Men used to be big, women used to be mature, and look older, quicker, you know. And now it's like, even though we were more smarter back then as well, brain wise, you know, 70s, children born in the 70s will had some kind of intellect. You see videos of even of individuals, rappers even from the street, whether they were actors or whether they were the real deal, speaking. Like footage from the 80s and 90s. There was a certain decent grammar in terms of how they spoke, even though this added slang or hip hop talk to it, right? Or hip talk to it. How the way Jake spoke. Jake had some knowledge of, I hate saying the term knowledge of self. Jake had some knowledge of in terms of who the enemy is, Esau, the so-called white man, and they knew what time it was to a certain degree, right? That's why you have rappers like what's that group called, man? Those sung with Flavor Flav, man, "Fight the Power" and all that. Public Enemy, yeah, you know. And now where people were pretty somewhat clever, right? And now you fast forward today, children can't tell the time. Children are frail, bird chests. None of them really work out. And most of these children, even if you look at Edomite children, they were small. A girl could be, or a young lad could be 16 years old. They look like they're damn near 12 or 11. They look, they look very, very young. And it's like, everything's going backwards. It's recessive now because we're at that last generation where it's got to the point where this place needs to be destroyed.
Gonna be one of them off European countries like Poland or Ukraine or somewhere that no one wants to go, bro. Another thing, life's getting so expensive, bro. But off European, the adults of our country, like it's like in 20 years, these are gonna be the people of our country, the adults of our country. Like telling you, give it 20 years, this country is gonna be one of them off European countries like Poland or Ukraine or somewhere that no one wants to go, bro. Another thing, life's getting so expensive, bro. It doesn't make no sense. Nowadays, a pack of six costs you like £15. You could go Thailand and get a hotel for the night for £15. It doesn't make no sense, bro. Quick Nando's, it's a quick, cheap little hotel for the. Nowadays, a pack of six costs you like £15.
A pack of cigs, basically saying a pack of cigarettes costs £15. I don't know, $20+ or whatever. I think that's they don't do like a box of 10 no more. They used to do a box of 10 cigarettes. Now it's 20. You should give up smoking cigarettes, Jake.
£15. You could go Thailand and get a hotel for the night for £15. It doesn't make no sense, bro. Quick Nando's, it's a quick, cheap little scran. But it used to be. Now you're spending 25 quid on a Nando's. Like, make it make sense, bro. It's just a miserable place. Not only the weather, but the culture. Like, we don't have anything here in England like this.
UK clubbing could be extinct by end of decade, with 10 nightclubs closing per month. See? The mirth is gone. The mirth is gone.
No culture behind it. Everyone's proud of where they come from. No one's like, oh yeah, come to my city, come to. Everyone just wants to get out of this shithole. Like, it's a horrible, horrible place, man. Like, it's only getting worse. So, if you can get out, I suggest you do get out. If you can't, plan on finding a way to get out. And if you are looking to get away, shout me, because in the next 3 weeks, I'm jumping on a one-way flight and I'm out of this bitch.
Does have a good point there. Booking up.
Now, he's out of this bitch. Now, now, him being a JQ, he should be all right. Okay, if he does want to get out, that's only the Lord knows. But you so-called white people, man, you know, you so-called passionate people for England who think that you're the real English and the real British that want to stay here, you know, it's not going to be good for you, man. This is the end. All right. It's like that Mobb Deep song. It's the start of your ending. All right. It's not going to be better for you in any shape or form. All right. And even in the afterlife, it ain't going to be good for you. And when you come back again as a baby, it's not going to be good for you. You're going to come back as a slave with literal chains around your neck and ankles. All right. And you heathens too. Okay. Just because I haven't mentioned you, other non-Israelites, doesn't mean that we forgot about you. We just touch on the so-called white man a little bit more because that's the devil that's ruling. All right. With the rest of you heathens on a leash right now. Okay. But anyway, so this is a good sign, man. We're seeing this world fall. All praises to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yoshai, B'Hashem Rakakodash, Wathabad Babal, Kwam Yashrala. Okay, prices are going quicker. They're raising up the prices quicker because they know that time is short and the Lord is speeding up the time. So this place ain't got no 20 years left, man. This place doesn't have no, 5-10 years left. None of that bullshit. Is soon, man. All right? Because we're feeling, the pressure is being felt, and we can feel that this place can't go on any longer, man. It can't go on another couple of years like this. It's definitely that bubble is going to pop soon. Anyway.